Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or bust Lions network.
Really believe.
Correct.
It's just not. It's not going to happen. And I think what sucks, if you follow this show, over a month ago now is when I kind of threw my hands up and said, this is the lot for this season. Now, Neal, did I think that we would be sitting outside looking in on the playoffs? No. Even when I remember after the Thanksgiving game, you and I went down to second best, and it was the Dallas game. And if you remember that day, I was a beaten man. And what I mean by that is I didn't think we'd beat Dallas, and I didn't think that we were a Super Bowl caliber team. Now, again, did I think that we would be sitting here today with this game meaningless? No. And the fact that it's the Bears for me on a personal level, I get to watch the Bears do this today. And we get to see all the clips, because you know it's coming today. We're going to see clips of the snow coming down in 85 and Walter Payton going like this, and I'm going to get sick to my stomach. And another thing, Neal, all the people that come in to this chat in the 2 years that we have done this, the Packer fans, the Viking fans, the Bear fans, have at it. This is your day. You
rejoice.
You
Except
can
for the Vikings fans, because you guys stink too.
Well, they'll do it anyway. You know that. I mean,
they still swept
them.
us.
Yeah,
So.
they'll do it anyway. I mean, that's their lot in life, okay? But no, you guys, you know what? And you know what Neal and I have to do? We have to go like this today.
Yeah.
Take your
All
shot.
that can be said.
What do you want me to say? What do the Lions are going to finish with a losing record? Okay, cool. The Lions are going to be 8-9. Okay, cool. Now, that's not going to change my feeling. I would still feel, well, almost as bad if we lost in the first round of the playoff. I would feel almost as bad, okay? Taking that step back the way they did, it does hurt a little bit more. But I am 100% with you. I am not trying to make anybody feel better. I'm not trying to make me feel better. There's a nucleus here, okay? That doesn't mean there is not a lot of hard work ahead. All right? Brad Holmes has some hard work ahead. Brad Holmes has to take an honest look, not a Brad Holmes colored glasses look at what he has, but an honest look at what he has, okay? I still have faith in him. Neal, I'm sure you still have faith
Correct.
in him. But guess what? That took a hit. That took a hit. I don't care who you are. You have to acknowledge that. You have to confess. Young Justin had some confessions this morning. He didn't like it. But he had to confess. And I think, Neal, there's some confessing that needs to happen. Do you confess?
Terry was having his way with me trying to get me depressed. It was so brutal this morning. And shout out to Terry, man, asking the tough questions. But there's a lot of things that you have to admit that are problems on this team.
100%.
Right,
we have to be, Neal, that's the biggest thing. We have to be honest about where we're at, okay? We are farther away from the goal than we thought we were. We are. That doesn't mean that the window's closed. I'm not going to say any of that crap with the nucleus we have, but things are more difficult right now. And I hope, this is where hope will come into the equation, I hope that we don't have that stubborn general manager that digs his heels in.
Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there. I ain't say that with the super chat. Sound booth thought they were resting this game. You got that handled, young Justin?
Yeah, that was only just for a second.
Okay, cool.
Justin, like, honestly, I'm going to say this publicly. I don't know how we would function without you here.
Well, we wouldn't be functioning right now. Woodward Sports.
Factual statement.
Steve-O, Goff about to be running for his life in his turtleneck and double glove hand warmer combo. QB Michael G. What if we win for spite?
Don't.
TM Martinez says it very well. Just get this game over with.
Yep.
And TM, that's where I am. I just wait for it to be over.
I hate that it's 4:25.
I do too.
It's the worst.
Put me back
time.
in the JV spot. Like, really, put me at the 1 o'clock JV start.
Is
I'm
Dick
fine.
Stockton, what's he up to today? Bring him in. Come on, Moose Johnson.
Come on, Dick.
Moose Johnson, where you at? Is Moose still doing games? He's still doing games,
yeah,
right?
he is. Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't know.
I
haven't been on that rotation.
I honestly, you think that you're ready for it because, again, I think deep down inside we all knew a month ago. I really do. I think we all knew a month ago. Neal, that
was going to be my bit. What was your moment?
The Thanksgiving Day game. It really was. The Philly game took me very close, but the Thanksgiving Day game put me over the ledge. And again, Neal, and people got mad at me when I said this. The Green Bay Packers are better than us. How else do you want me to say that? And people got mad when I said that. You guys, can you imagine? Now let's reverse that. Let's reverse that. The Packers come to Ford Field and we spank them. Then we go to Lambeau and we beat them comfortably. And they go 2-0 against us. And Packer fans are bombarding our chat saying, we're better than you guys. We would laugh at them. I would pinch your cheeks.
We did that to them last year. That's exactly how they reacted.
I would pinch your cheeks and go, aren't you adorable? And we were talking that shit, Neal. We were talking that shit after Thanksgiving, and it angered me. And I remember the next day doing the show in the morning, and people go, what are you talking about? You're trolling people. It's like, what? They have a better record than us. They were 2-0 against us. What? Like, do you think I like saying that? So for me, the Packer game put me over the edge. Was there one for you?
Yeah, there was. In the chat, that guy from bowling, Woodward Sports, you guys still going to be at Gillies today. Watch party still at Gillies, right?
Yes.
Post game still at Gillies.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's.
I like to refer to it as the public humiliation ritual, but I mean, hey, you can call it whatever you want. We'll be at Gillies.
That's what this job can be. Go into my DMs on social media. You'll see.
We've all been
Sean,
there.
You're going to laugh at this, and I kept this private. And props to you because you put it out there. And you were first. You said it was the Eagles game, right? Initially.
That started it, but when I went over the edge. When I went over the edge was Thanksgiving. That was it.
And I think, you know what started it for me was the Giants game.
Fair enough.
When they couldn't even pretend to stop Jameis Winston. Like, they couldn't even pretend to stop him. Who was it? Wandale
Robinson, yeah.
Was Jerry Rice prime years in that game. And look, Sean, I don't even want to open it up to this, but you know what, guys? Noon will get here eventually. It will. You can't stop it. Noon will get here eventually. And this show right now is a lot like when I run a half marathon. Okay, there's a minute down. There's a minute down. There's a minute down. Like that's literally what it is. And I don't even know that I should open it up to this, But there was a baseline issue with this team this year for me. I never felt like they were going to stop anyone. I think and that's what I want to get into, Sean. Like when you look at it, and like the Jared Goff stuff, that's lazy. You're lazy if you're doing that.
Couldn't agree more.
And I'm not even acknowledging.
Couldn't agree more.
Chat. That's lazy doing that. For me, Sean, this defense that was so good against Tampa Bay, but little did we know at the time when you look at the completed puzzle, that would be one of the final games that Tampa Bay would win in the season. Sean, from that moment on, I never felt like we were going to get off the field on a third down. And if we did stop them on third down, we never did get off the field on fourth down because I think people were 100% on fourth down. And that's where it was. And for me, Sean, we can talk about Goff, and we can talk about running the football, and we can talk about all that. If you can't stop anyone or even feel like you're going to stop anyone, you don't win in this league.
You remember that was my sentiment going into the Dallas game. And they found a way against Dallas because it's Dallas.
To get just enough.
Yeah. No, that was, Neal, that's exactly where I came. Do you remember, and I'm not asking for anybody to apologize, okay? This is not come confess to Neal, come confess to Sean, okay?
Do you confess?
But do you remember, and I don't even remember what game it was, Neal, where you and I were talking about Hutch, and people got so angry at us. And I remember one guy in all caps kept putting, "You guys are dumb. He is doubled and triple team." And which makes me laugh because I don't know if you know this. Myles Garrett was never doubled or triple teamed this year. Never.
He's lucky like that.
Yeah, it never happened one time. Okay, and what we said, and I think it bears repeating. I love Hutch. I'm glad that Hutch is here. Don't throw the elite word at me. I don't want to hear it. If that's elite, well, then what does that make Myles Garrett? Help me out. He's a damn good player. I'm glad he's here. All of that, okay? Don't want him gone. Not blaming him for the season. We had the audacity to ask for more when this team desperately needed more. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Because what they had in the defensive backfield, our pass rush could not overcompensate for what we didn't have in the defensive backfield. And that's the reality of it. So, yes, I'm not going to apologize for saying I wish Hutch was more. I wish that entire unit was more. Like it or not, he is that unit. He
Correct.
is the face of our pass rush, like it or not. And so if our pass rush isn't good enough, what do? You look at the face of the pass rush, and you look at the scenario, Neal, and you say to yourself, we need this guy to be elite. And he wasn't elite. There were brief glimpses from him. There were brief glimpses from this line as well. But did you remember? People got so mad at that,
yeah.
Neal. And it carried over for a couple of, I heard you taking shots at Hutch. Huh? What are you talking about? How else I'm glad he's here. He's a hell of a player. But stop with the elite stuff. And when we needed him in that defensive line most because of what we didn't have in the defensive backfield, you know what? We were hit and miss all year, man. We really were. Our pass rush was hit or miss all year. And that, is a recipe for sitting where we're sitting today.
Woodward Sports chat, jump into their West Coast Jesse. Season was a failure. I just want to beat the Bears. Just give us that. All right, West Coast, Double G21 in the Super Duper chat. Happy New Year, guys. Well, I'm here ready to be hurt one last time. Probably getting 50 dropped on us today, waiting till 425.
Oh, gosh.
Come on. I'm tired, boss. Can't we just go back to the old 1 o'clock neighborhood? The mansion's getting foreclosed on everybody. We're Rocky 5 in here. We're going back to downtown Philadelphia. We need the people on the corner here in Birmingham going, take me back. Ooh. They got the drum with the fire going. Oh, man. Kevin Jeffrey brings up a good point that still to this day no one has talked about, and I'll give you real-world application. Kevin Jeffrey, this was the other moment, and I didn't see it at the time, so I'm not going to sit here and act like a tough guy and say that I did. Once I realized it, though, it was sad. Kevin Jeffrey in the chat. Once Laporta was gone, this team was doomed.
Oh, huge.
And Sean, you want real-world application of it? The Chicago Bears are coached by Ben Johnson. Sean, he took over a team that had been dormant for years. Fair?
100%.
First-round draft pick, what was it?
Tight end. I liked what they did. We sat here draft day. I were you here draft day? I don't even remember. It's so long
Yes,
ago now.
I think so.
We sat here draft day, and if you went back and I liked what they did in the offseason. Did I think it would parlay itself to what it eventually did? No. But I liked what they did in the offseason. They looked at a lot of things. They first and foremost, the trenches. I'll say it until my dying breath. And that's what failed us more than anything this year, our trenches. I don't care what anybody says. And they addressed it. And you're absolutely right. Kevin's absolutely right. That was, I think we're all guilty of underplaying that.
Yes.
I do. I think we're all
I
guilty
think that's
of
the
underplaying
biggest
that.
thing.
It's huge. It's huge.
And you saw it. But could you imagine if we were, Chicago Loop Sports, and on draft day we're Bears fans, and we're at Ditka's or whatever, Harry Carey's bar or whatever, doing the show. And I forget what the Bears were. What were they? 3-14, 4 and whatever they were last year. Whatever it was. And they're drafting, and they take a tight end in the first round. We would have lost our shit.
100%.
We would have lost it.
No doubt about it.
And here we are now, losing that tight end. Could have been the day the music died. Because even throughout everything with the defense, Sean, with everything that went on throughout the defense, look, they still ended up, what are they, number 2 scoring offense in the league or whatever. A lot of that heavy lifting was done at the front of the schedule, no doubt. Who was there for most of it?
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, it's true, man. And look, that's what makes Ben Johnson elite, and that's why the Bears are better. There are mitigating the Bears aren't this good. I can give you the football reasons and the math reasons, but I won't bore you with that right now. Plus 22 in turnovers. What?
Oh, do they have an eye-opener next year? I can't wait. I can't.
What
Talk your shit now.
Yeah, do
Talk
it.
your shit
Yeah,
now.
Lob it.
Yep.
Lob it off in here. But yeah, it's just, Sean, like, it is. And that Giants game to me was the Neal, you know in your heart.
Yeah.
You know in your heart.
Nobody wanted to admit it, and I get it. I get it. It's hope against hope, and we've seen teams get right. And you know what you do, Neal? You become your own enemy. I mean, I'm a guy. I always love to. You and I were just talking about this last week. Okay, exception to the rule.
Right.
You know what you start to do? You become what you detest. And well, remember that Giant team got healthy at the right time, and then they parlayed that into a Super Bowl. Well, no, I'm not going to make the exception speak louder than the rule. And that's what happened with this team. Now, I'm going to say it again. There are no victory laps because I didn't think they'd miss the playoffs.
No.
Neal, I still looked at the schedule. Even after the Packer game, okay? That's when I gave up my Super Bowl aspirations. And as somebody in the chat said, that's when, I'm sorry, I was never going to deviate from the ultimate success or failure of this team is the Super Bowl. That was non-negotiable. That was going to stay that way. But did I think that they'd lose to the Steelers? No. Did I think that they'd lose to the Vikings? No. So I thought we'd be talking about the playoffs right now, and we're not.
Woodward Sports, here we go. Ed, Sean, that take on Hutch is not going to make you new friends. And
what do you want me to say? You want me to lie?
J.R. Guetta, Cleveland Browns took a defensive tackle with the 5th overall pick and then also got a linebacker to help. Oh, you mean like a first-round defensive lineman? Who else? What other team did that? Well, the Lions did. Don't the Lions have one of the best linebackers in football in Jack Campbell? Isn't that what's said? Okay, I'm just asking you. There's very similar moves that were made by the Lions, right? Right? Is that fair?
Neal, can I go back to, I don't know who said it. My job is not make friends. Sorry, I hope you like me. I mean, like every other human being, I want to be liked. My job is to point things out that, at times make not only me feel uncomfortable, but make you feel uncomfortable. And Neal, I know you feel the same way. Love the guy. So glad he's here, okay? there's another level there. And he didn't hit that level. And again, you know what? Elite to me is the new great, Neal. Matt Shepard said years ago, and I always give him props for this, the word great is thrown around in more places than it shouldn't be. Okay, it is, all right? And elite is now the new great. He's elite. That's elite. This is elite. No. Do you know who's elite? Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is elite. Do you know how I know that? Look at his numbers. What anybody want to argue?
Woodward Sports chat thread. Gusto Shaw. It is what it is. We suck. Move on and retool in the draft and free agency. All right. Full Slate Farms. 12th pick is in our sights. Just lose, baby. And hey, you guys know where I stand with that. The movie Rounders said it best. The second you know you can't win, fold your hand. They can't win, fold the hand. And look, man, this whole Amon-Ra, and look, man, Amon-Ra's a warrior, dude, flat out. Amon-Ra's a gold jacket guy. That's what he is. That's what he's trending. He is one of the best in the history of football at his age through the years he played in the league. There is no debate. Stack him up with anybody you want. Stack up those numbers. The way he was banged up towards the end of the year, the way Panay is banged up, and props, Panay's not playing today. Give that man a break. Dude.
100%.
Went to the 10 every single game and got back out there. Double G21, hard truth, folks. Sean isn't wrong about Hutch. And I hate that this is what that's going to go to. That's going to be the takeaway. I want the takeaway to be this. Your favorite uncle. Take the loss. Season's over anyway. Yes, that's where I'm at.
100%. Even to the Bears. And I hate the Bears. Have I ever mentioned that? I fucking hate them with everything inside of me. But, yes. That's a great analogy with Rounders, Neal. Seriously. Yeah. Kenny Rogers once said you have to know when to fold them. And I'm folding.
Yeah. And we'll get to that in just a little bit. Again, for the it's a rivalry, and it's a rivalry league, and can we win one more time? Can you do me a favor? I'm going to take you back to econ, junior year of high school, your economics class. You remember the old T column, right? Take out your piece of paper and your pencil, make me a T column, pros of winning, cons of winning.
Yep.
Sean, make the case. Pros of winning this game.
We beat the Bears.
Make Sean feel good.
Sean needs to feel good. Sean needs non-alcohol reasons to feel good.
Young Justin, do you have any other reasons in the left column side? Pros of beating the Bears today.
I have 0 pros.
Okay. Now,
wasn't that fun?
I will do the right side.
All right.
The cons of beating the Bears. Okay.
Go ahead.
Fourth place schedule next year.
Yep.
You get Tennessee, the Giants, and the Cardinals, as opposed to possibly the Rams and teams like that.
Yes.
That's one pro.
Yes.
Probably 5 to 6 position higher draft pick.
Okay.
A shot at 12 or 13 as opposed to 17 or 18.
Yes.
Penei Sewell, not at risk. Amon-Ra, not at risk, etc. That is also nothing bad can happen to Penei Sewell unless a sweet play comes and they wipe him out on the sideline. That's it. So you get what I'm driving at here? I don't know what it is about that to where people, and I didn't make the system this way. I didn't make it this way. The NFL did. The NFL. You can say momentum into next year and all that bullshit that you want to say. It does not matter. My business is the Detroit Lions. What's better off for the Detroit Lions is to not win this football game today. Period. End of story. I gave you all the reasons. You cannot argue it. I don't want to hear it. Oh, it's Chicago. I want to beat I don't care. Devoid yourself of the emotion, everybody. This is a business situation here, Sean. There is no other alternative. And I don't care. I don't care if they lose 50-0. I don't care. I'll show up. I'll serve my time. I will. I'll be like Red in Shawshank. Stamp your little form, Sonny, and stamp it. I'll be on my parole at 7:30, and I'm out in the rain like this,
yep.
And it's over. Sorry.
I love what you just said because that is such a timeless bit, And you guys, I'm going to ask you to take a leap of faith with me.
Oh, hold on. Jackrabbit Slim. Above 500 finish.
Oh, gosh. So you're going to have to take a leap of faith with me here, okay? The idea that somebody would actually jump in later on the, watch party or the post-game show out at Gillies and tell young Justin, hey, man, I don't care what anybody says. That win is going to catapult to next year. That is such bad logic. And you're never going to hear a player say this on a microphone. You're never going to catch a player say this with the camera on him, okay? But I can tell you definitively, they laugh at shit like that.
Yes.
There isn't one guy in that room that believes, if we beat the Bears today, man, that's going to be motivation into next year. There isn't one mother that believes that. Not one. That is a crock of shit. It is not true. And I'll go back to 2022. Do you know what made the Lions go next level in 2022? Not the way that they finished in 2022, but the fact they had a really good roster in 2023. It had nothing to do with the way that the season finished. Nothing. As, Neal, we went through that era, especially the Mariucci era, okay? Man, we got to finish strong. If we finish strong, wait till next year. There isn't one guy in that room believes that. Not one. And do you know why they don't believe that? It's not real. What happens on, what's today, January 4th?
I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, whatever. What happens on January 4th has nothing to do with what might happen on September 10th. Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. So people that use that logic, I can't help but giggle. And again, take a leap of faith with me. I've had that conversation with many guys where they kind of give you the look like, are you serious? People really think that shit? It has nothing to do with it, man. So don't think that way. There is no motivation. Do you know what the best motivation is for the Detroit Lions going into next year? Holy shit, we went 8-9 and missed the playoffs. Holy shit, we went 9-8 and missed the playoffs. Yeah. That's the ultimate motivation for these guys next year.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Patrick, Pro is basically effing Ben Johnson. I don't care about that. He's gone.
I don't care.
Like, he's gone, dude. I don't care. Like,
get over it.
What is it about this town sometimes, Sean, where when people leave, we like to walk by the restaurant that they're in and press our nose against the glass and watch them drink wine and eat steak. And why do we care so much? I don't care.
To me, that's so 11 months ago now, or 12 months ago now, as it were. It really is. I will never understand to the day I die. And you and I have talked about this. There are some media elite in this town that could not understand why people were mad at Ben Johnson. And Neal, it's one of the most mind-numbing things that happened in 2025 to me. I'm not mad that Ben Johnson left. Good for him. Good for him. Who wouldn't take that opportunity? Hey, man, I have a chance to be a head coach in the National Football League.
32 of these jobs in the world. 32.
Right. I was never mad at Ben Johnson for that, okay? Do you know what I was mad at? He went to the Bears. You're my enemy now. That's it. I told you, I knew Joik Bell for years. Became friends with Joik Bell. The second that Joik Bell signed with the Bears, I sent him a text. I said, you're now dead to me until you're no longer a Bear. And he was like, don't do me like that. I was like, fuck you, you're a Bear. Like, really, that's a real conversation we had.
He served his time there, and it was over.
And we
then
became
you were
friends again. I welcomed him back into my bosom, and we became buds again. So, I'll never understand that take. Neal, as long as I live, that was one of the weirdest things. But once it was established, okay, now that he is a Bear, I don't care. I'm that same way. I don't care. I want to beat the Bears as badly as I ever wanted to beat the Bears. No offense to you guys. I'm not going to tell you how to think. Ben Johnson being there doesn't make me hate the Bears any more than I already hate the Bears. It's nothing. He's now been assimilated. He's a flipping Bear. I'm going to do my best not to swear today.
Tarmando in the chat. Effing loser. Now y'all talk about take the L. We don't want to win. We want the fourth place schedule, high draft pick. You're not a real fan, bums. You're going to suck next year, too. Tarmando, argue that. Argue that you're not better off with those things than you are without them. Argue it. Please. Other than, F you bums. No, like, give me the reasons, Tarmando. Give me the reasons.
Can't do that. Tarmando. You know Tarmando by now.
Super chat, sideless. Can we do a little peek into the salary caps? The NFC North, Chicago, $8 million. Packers have minus $4 million, no first picks. Vikings are minus 28. How? Who did they pay? I would have to take a look at that and see.
There's time for that.
Yeah.
there's time
and sideless, like, look, that's something that I'll probably get into during the week on Big D Energy. But, yeah, right here, right now, like, look, we've done the salary cap thing here for the Lions. Did it last week. Like, this is the time. And I guess, like, look, one final time, because I do want to go around the NFL, even though I have something for you guys about the NFL, what this season has done for me. But, yeah, we will get there. The bottom line side list through all that, through, like, the money, the cap space, all of it, it is restructure time now for all these deals that we have gotten done. And this is standard practice around the NFL. It's not new. Just can I caution you guys as we go into this? It doesn't mean that Jared Goff is a good guy because he restructured the contract. It's already written in. It's already been agreed to. When they sign these deals, it's already, the parachute's ready to pull. So you're not a, quote, good guy if you do it or anything like that. It's the way business is conducted in the NFL now. Still I rise. You want greatness? It's actually closer now than we've ever imagined. Now is the time to see if Brad has the big balls. And, like, still I rise. I had the clip about this before. And, Sean, you and I didn't get to do this together. And I do kind of want your thoughts on it. And I'll propose to you the same thing that I said last week when it was official that it was over. Now the clock runs.
Yep.
Now the clock runs. Because now we're doing the restructure thing with everybody. And when you restructure Goff, not if, when you restructure Goff, that spreads it out. He's your quarterback. So I don't want to hear it from you guys, dude. I don't, because that's who it's going to be. So deal with it, everybody. Sean, the clock is ticking. There isn't time. There isn't time to say, let's address this in the draft. No. Super Bowl or bust. Bust last year, Super Bowl or bust this year. Next year, there was not time to, quote, draft a center and assimilate him to. No. There's not time for that. It's go time now, Sean. And for Brad Holmes, and I'll give you one from every camp. I'll give you one from the fans. I'll give you one from Brad Holmes. I'll give you one from me. One from every camp. To Brad, there isn't time. You have to go and make a bold move in free agency, probably on the offensive line. Bold, where you go get somebody and you say, damn. Just the name, right? Limbaum, the center from Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, like, die on the hill for this guy. I had the conversation with Spenny, who is the king of the transaction. Spenny, are you prepared to pay a center $24 million a year? Because that's what it's going to take. Because Baltimore don't want to let him go. Baltimore had to turn down his fifth-year option this year because it was too expensive because they couldn't afford everybody with it. And it was $23 million on his fifth-year option. So, Sean, are you prepared? Are you prepared to spend $24 million a year on a center?
You have to be creative like this. I couldn't agree with you more. Brad still has a credit line, but you know what happened to his credit line this year, whether we want to admit it or not? It went like that. We took out way too many withdrawals, Neal. And that credit line has gone down. I still believe in him. I want the record to show that. There are chinks in the armor. There are reasons to be worried. I mentioned earlier I worry about the stubborn streak. Neal, something near and dear to your heart. Joe Dumars could do no wrong in this town. Joe Dumars doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on Rodney Stuckey. Rodney Stuckey's not the guy. Yes, he is, because I took him. Doubled, tripled, quadrupled. I mean, and if you feel I'm misrepresenting that, yell at me, because you're Piston Elite all day.
There was some deeper stuff to the Dumar years. Which
okay. Don't tell me his hands were tied. That's all I asked. Don't tell me that. But anyway, with that being said, okay, Now this is the point in time where, yes, you have to be creative. I go back to the trade deadlines, Neal. I remember in 2023, I was working with Lomas Brown. And Lomas and I felt like we got hit by a Mack truck when we watched what other teams around us did and what we didn't do. Now, am I sitting back and saying that was the reason why we lost in that NFC Championship game? No, I'm not saying that. But you know what I am saying? Well, what if we did do a little bit more? What if we did do a better job of making Brock Purdy's life uncomfortable? Everybody and their brother knew we needed a defensive lineman, right? And to all the people that yelled at people like me in the offseason, and this is more a KG thing, Neal, and you might have been part of this, I'm not going to apologize for wanting more. Oh, well, you guys were the ones saying that we needed an edge. We did. What, does anybody want to argue that now? Are we wrong? Yes, Hutch needed help. As good as Hutch is, okay, as good as he is, this goes back to what we said a half hour ago. You know what? Yes, he needed more help around him. Period. End of story. There's no debate. I don't know how anybody could debate that now. This was a hit or miss defensive line. Then, obviously, in 2024, that was just an altogether. You could not possibly have. I'll never forget that damn sheet with the Lions injuries there and everybody else down there. You can't overcompensate that. And this year, what did we do at the trade deadline? What did we do? How did we improve this team at the trade deadline? And I think that's what worries me, Neal. Here it comes. The we're good mentality. That does worry me. Oh, no. We are the smartest guys in the room. We know what we have here. We remember the receipts, okay? All
Sean,
that stuff. That stuff's going to come back and bite you, man, if you don't get it done.
Sean, I can even get with that to a degree because you had time. You don't have time anymore. You don't. And we need to act with some urgency now because when you start doing the restructures, you're in. I wonder if all along that was like their time frame. Okay, we'll continue on our way. When we get to the restructure part of everything, then that's when the urgency. I hope, right? It's got to be. Woodward Sports Chat
I hate
thread.
hope. You know that.
I know.
I hate hope. I hate it.
I know, but he has done enough to where I think in the end, I have belief and faith in him to land the plane. I do.
It took a hit. But I still believe in the guy. Does that make
Fair.
sense?
No, it's fair. 100%.
I think those two things can come together
It's just
and
like
intersect.
everybody that's sitting here talking about this stuff, Art Vandelay, depending on what Baltimore is doing with Lamar, that will determine what is going on with their center, is my guess. I know what they're going to do with Lamar. They're going to extend him because what's the alternative?
No doubt in my mind. No doubt.
You notice a theme with all this, Sean?
You have to. The questions are going to persist. The questions are going to... Neal, it's like the Jared Goff argument, okay? We're going to have it till the day we die. And I've said this to Stick so many times. The one thing that Stick or anybody else can't argue is you can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. You can't argue that. You can try. You can throw out every superlative. You can throw out every stat line. You can do all of that, honest to goodness. But at the end of the day, somebody will keep saying that. And I can't argue that. Do I disagree with them? Yes, I do. I think you can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff.
And Sean, I'll say this. You freely admit your thoughts about him when he got here.
Oh, 100%. He was broken. I don't care what anybody says. You can don't revisionist history me, all right? Did I think he'd get it back? No. The man was broken. And again, what happened with the Rams is kind of the same situation that we see here. This is a guy that needs to be protected a little bit more than the average bear. And there's nothing wrong with that. I still like Jared Goff. I want Jared Goff here. And maybe he should run away. I love Runaway. If you guys had any idea how much Runaway shows up in our tweets.
It's so funny.
Runaway. See, I'm going to start giggling right now.
Why doesn't he just run away?
Just run away.
He's a mobile quarterback.
Everything will be okay.
How did Lamar get sacked 8 times in a game? Why didn't you just run away?
He should have ran away. He should have ran away.
Don't you just need a mobile quarterback?
I think you just need a mobile quarterback.
All right, cool.
But all jokes aside, we all know. I think that's one thing that everybody can agree on, okay? all quarterbacks need to be protected. I think it's a little bit more important for Jared Goff. And unfortunately this year, our offensive line from day one, that's another thing, Neal. Can we go back to that? Like you guys, you don't just replace Frank Ragnow. I'm sorry. We are consistent about that. I know I was. You can't quantify the loss of Frank Ragnow. Did I think it would be this bad? No, I didn't. But it's important.
Woodward Sports Chat.
Gosh damn it. I can't believe we're talking about this shit. Fuck this shit.
Woodward Sports Chat thread. Jeremiah Bayer, draft all O-line and D-line. Jeremiah, we don't have time for that. We don't. It's go now. What did they do last year in the first round? Like, dude, was I asleep for the draft, young Justin? All the people that are complaining, we'll go get defense. What do we do with the first round pick last year? What do we do?
We spent it on a defensive lineman.
Really? We did?
Yeah.
Okay. Was everybody on board at the time?
Trenches.
At the time.
Okay.
It was Trust and Brad.
Trenches.
Gotcha.
You're I mean, Neal, in all fairness, I know we're not going to be relying on parlays to be hit in the draft. However, every good team in this era who has won a Super Bowl has had very big hits in the draft that have contributed as rookies. I mean, you look at the Chiefs and their multiple Super Bowls, they always had 2 or 3 rookies that were contributing. Last year, you had DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell for the Eagles.
100%.
There's going to have to be some hits in the draft, but that can't be, where you said, you can't rely on that. That can't be the answer, especially at a position like center, that you've seen needs to be cerebral in front of Goff.
I think you can better hide a rookie with a better line, if that makes sense. This line wasn't it. This line, a rookie would be exposed. A young player would be exposed.
You
on
didn't
this
have
line.
a center. You had a turnstile at guard.
You got it.
We're running out of spots.
We were going to be exposed. And by the way, I really like Tate Ratledge, and I still believe that he's probably going to end up at center. I don't think they wanted to throw that responsibility to him this year. But at the end of the day, Neal, you're absolutely right. Okay, does this mean the window is this small right now? No, it doesn't. But you're running out of time. All of a sudden, clock is running. It is. It's running right now. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, it's running.
Chosen 2 eyes. Ben Johnson gone, so Lions window is closed. She left on payday. That's a funny name. Yeah, Ben Johnson was the Lions window. So then you didn't believe it then, right? Like once he left, that's it. It was over. That's funny. I don't remember reading any of those texts when he
No,
left.
I
don't
didn't either.
Was it me? Did I forget?
I don't remember.
You do a show, Sean, in the morning.
No, I don't
from 8
remember.
to 10. Mm-mm. You don't remember reading one of those?
No,
I don't. Huh? That's odd.
No.
But yeah, look again. That's where it is. Woodward Sports Chat thread. Jacob, as a Bears fan, I rooted for the Lions to make it to their Super Bowl, not for the fans for sure. Lions fans are annoying as ish, but for the team.
Better than me.
You guys need to look in the mirror. I don't know if there's a more annoying fan base than the Chicago Bear fans. You people in your 1985 shit, it was 40 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Like, knock it off. Stop it. Congratulations on your year, though. I can do that. Tip of the cap. Congratulations on your year.
Jacob, but I do think if the Lions had a different quarterback, they'd be waking up today with Super Bowl rings. Oh, Jacob, as a Bears fan, you're going to talk about quarterback play? That's cute, huh?
Rex Grossman took you to a Super Bowl. Like, you get that, right? Rex fucking Grossman. Are you serious? Knock it off. I get it was a different era, and it really was. That was a different era. Do you want to talk about Caleb? And I'm serious, Neal. We both have to confess, he has gone like that. He has. I can give him credit. If you still don't have questions about him, we aren't watching the same game, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, when you're plus 22 in turnover differential, your quarterback's going to be better.
It's amazing how that works out.
It's funny, Sean. I was watching on Twitter this morning, X, whatever you guys call it. They had a clip. You know this was in 1986 today. The Giants played the 49ers and beat them 49-3. And Joe Montana got assassinated. Every single play, assassinated. And I thought, wondering back, I was like, man.
Isn't that Jim Burt broke his back or something, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that what happened?
Like they
Something
ragdolled him across.
Yeah, they killed him.
Lawrence Taylor had a pick six. They murdered him. And I was like, the first thing that popped in my head, Sean, could you imagine in today's day and age, like if they played that game today, like the 49ers, like at that point where they had gotten a Super Bowl, they won the Super Bowl at the Silverdome.
Twice.
Yeah.
And they beat the Dolphins as well.
Yeah, and they beat the Dolphins as well. They were coming off that, right? They were coming off that.
Yeah.
No, that was the year.
Yeah,
85?
The 84 season.
Yeah, they were the defending Super Bowl champions.
They were defending Super Bowl
champions. They had won
champions.
twice, and they were the defending Super Bowl champions. And Joe Montana got his ass kicked.
Yeah. Was
powerless in that game. I wonder what the social stratosphere would have said.
That's it.
That's over.
Yep. Now, you know what? You have to look past this Bill Walsh thing. Yeah. You know, he had his time, and now that's Neal, that's legitimate. And let's take it a step further. They didn't win the Super Bowl again for another 4 years, right? They didn't win the Super Bowl.
There were questions.
They won the two in a row. They won the two in a row late in the decade. Walsh left for one of them. Remember, they beat the Bengals, they beat the Broncos. But it was a few years. You're absolutely right. In today's world, people would be burying Joe Montana, Bill Walsh, and the San Francisco 49ers, who again went on to win 2 more Super Bowls in the next few years, and then another one a few years after that, too.
Right.
With Steve Young at the helm. It's amazing how that works out, isn't it?
Woodward Sports chat thread. Pure maniac. At least Chicago has a 1985. Well, we were the dominant we were a dynasty in the 50s.
That was awesome. You're proving my point. Thank you.
Yeah.
Doesn't
it sound the same?
1957, man. What now, Bear fan? Like, come on.
We won, 3 of them in the 50s?
Knock it off. Stop it. And by the way,
down Jim Brown.
By the way, can I also say this? I feel that way about the 1984 Tigers. It's gross. It makes my skin crawl. And you know what it does to the younger generation? People like Justin and our kids, they're like, stop with this 1984 stuff. Stop it.
I don't even care. It wasn't in my lifetime.
Stop,
I don't even give
stop
a shit.
it. At least we have a 1985. Well, I hope that makes you feel better. Who am I to tell you shouldn't feel better? It's 40 fucking years ago, man.
That
Come on.
grainy footage.
Here comes the snow. Like Summerall, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
When he had a mind.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Your favorite uncle. Bears will lose in the first round of the Packers. Bears are pretenders. You favorite uncle. By the way, you know what? Caesar Sportsbook, all the hypothetical playoff games that can still be played. In a league where, by the way, the Jags can be the 1 seed or the 7 seed.
I know,
today.
isn't it amazing?
Today.
That's the league.
The last week of the season.
That's the league this year.
The Chicago Bears are an underdog in every
the playoffs, though.
in every potential playoff game. They're an underdog. In any potential playoff game they can play, they are an underdog.
They know. You know. You have your fun today. That's why I, like, in this regard, for 2025, do you know what I have to do? As a Lion fan, I do. Even though we beat you by 31, you'll win today. You're where the Lions want to be. So I got nothing for you. But deep down inside, you know you're a fraud. You know you're not doing anything come playoff time. You know it. And I'm not allowed to make fun of you when it happens because then I become what I detest. So you will not hear me make fun of you. I will point at the fact that you're a fraud, but you already know. You know deep down inside you're not winning dick with that roster, and Caleb Williams is your quarterback. You guys know it.
Do they, though?
They do, deep down inside. You do. You know, it's just like all the year they love I'm going to tell you a little secret. You know what a really good listen is? Listen to the score sometime.
Oh, sports radio in Chicago? Yeah.
Oh, man, is that you want to talk about delusional stuff, all right? You know deep down inside. I believe that, Bear fan. I do.
Woodward Sports chat, Lawn Boy. Got to give these guys credit, still show up. because I'm not sure who cares about the game
I
today.
don't wanna be
Keep
here.
up the good work, WSN. Also, love when Sean talks about smoking chicken. Go Pistons and Red Wings.
I haven't smoked one in a while. You do the spatchcock. I can do the beer can chicken. Oof, so good.
What's your favorite meat to smoke? 248.
Brisket.
Yeah?
I did two on Christmas Eve that turned out really good. Because you know what I did? I just said, I'm not touching it. I know what I'm doing. Leave it alone. Don't overthink it. Just leave it on there low and slow. And you know what I did? I never even popped the damn thing to look at it. I just said,
know.
Well, you know what you do? You psych
Like
yourself
having
out.
Caleb as your quarterback. You know what's happening
deep,
in there.
Deep down inside, you know. You don't want to. No, but you know what? I left it alone, and I said, don't overthink this. Just do it. And I got 2 points, and the points turned out, so it was good.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. Sideless jumps in there. The Vikings' last Super Bowl appearance was closer to World War II than we are to now. 1985 is closer to the end of World War II than we are right now to 1985. Get Grandpa his coffee.
Like, stop it. Like, and seriously, that's one of the
People
most.
forget, don't they?
That's one of the most dominant teams I've seen in my life. I mean that. I remember. I mean, they knocked out a quarterback like every week. They killed guys. But that's really funny. It is legitimately closer to World War II than it is now.
It's crazy.
That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Okay, that's cool.
The Bears' Super Bowl win is closer to the end of World War II than it is to today.
Truman sitting on the USS Missouri and all that, right?
You wait. Very soon, the
With
Bears
Ditka?
are winning a Super Bowl.
With Ditka? Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It is. But again, Woodward Sports chat thread sideless. Well, I never saw it except in grainy videos. And the helmet with the single bar face mask. That was the other thing. Pure maniac. You can hate the Bears, that's fine. But to say Caleb Williams isn't a franchise quarterback is just crazy.
Holy shit. Okay. You've seen him. What do you want me to say? You've seen him. How do you feel, honestly? Really, truly. And I do hate the Bears. I've never hidden that. You know, I say it all the time. A lot of people around here, I think I'm in the minority. Everybody hates the Packers more because that's what they grew up with. I grew up in an era where I wanted to be the Bears. I did. I openly admit it. I wanted to have the swagger that Ditka and the Bears had. And so because of that, I hate the Bears. Absolutely, because they were what I wanted to be. How can you say Caleb Williams isn't a franchise quarterback? What do you want me to say? Can we revisit that a year from now? I would love to revisit that a year from now. I'm serious. I hope in your little calendar, who said that?
Shoot, I just clicked off the screen.
Okay, don't worry. All right, in your little calendar, your phone or whatever, will you do me a favor? Put a circle around a date next December, like a Sunday. And I want you to come back and visit Uncle Neal and me. I do. And you know what? Hey, guys, if I'm wrong, I do it all the time. Wow, I can't believe the step he took up, okay? I have a feeling we won't be having that conversation.
But yeah, do that.
Do that, please.
Go ahead and do that.
Put a circle right here. You know what? I'm going to look right now. I'm going to help you out right now.
And then run up to us, and Uncle Sean and I will give you some tokens to play with in the arcade. And then, we'll talk about Caleb, and then we'll send you on your way.
So right now I'm looking at Sunday, December 27th. That's 51 weeks from now. I want you to put in your little calendar on your phone, bother Neal and Sean on Sunday, December 27th. Okay, can you do that? Come back and we'll revisit that Caleb conversation.
Put Caleb, franchise QB.
You're nuts for thinking Caleb isn't a franchise quarterback. Okay. I'm cool with that.
Let me clean up some of these super chats. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We'll take a look around the NFL. Double G21. Hard truth, folks. Sean isn't wrong about Hutch. Double G21. Super duper chat. I love this team. Been watching since Billy Sims played. I think a lot of these fans need to experience an 0-17 season just to build some character and get some thicker skin. And Double G21, that's where I am with it. Like, I don't care. I would rather them lose. It's more beneficial to lose. Defeat this statement. It's more beneficial to the Lions organization to lose this game today than it is to win. Defeat it.
Can't.
For personal, selfish reasons only. Like, and I'm not.
So feelings.
Yeah, feelings.
Feeling.
I don't want.
What about math?
I don't want feelings, and I don't want personal selfish statements anymore. We've graduated.
We did that one. Yeah, get Grandpa his coffee. I didn't say that. I never really hated the Vikings. They were just annoying. All of it.
Jay Jadis.
Did you see the Vikings fan that sent me a box of Jay Jadis cereal?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have it. I'll break it out after the break. I'll put it up here. I'll bring it up here. And,
they might finish with a better record than us too. That's the funniest.
Good.
Part. I know. Bring it.
Good.
Bring it.
Absolutely. T-Tort21. Franchise quarterback criteria has taken a hell of a curve downward over the last few years.
No, but that's where we're at. Like, no, whether we want to admit it. Hey, and Justin, like the Dylan Larkin conversation. It's the same damn thing. Like, you're a bad guy if I say Dylan Larkin's a really good player. I'm happy he's here. Stop with him being great. Stop with him being one of the best number one centers in the league. That's a false statement. Oh, hater! Die! Ah! People lose their mind.
He's a very solid 1C.
He is well down the list of 1Cs. Well down the list.
He's
well down the list of
1Cs. It's like the Jared Goff conversation. He's upper half.
Woodward Sports chat thread. P.S. If the Bears go to the NFC Championship game, these clowns will say luck. P.S. True or false? Are the Bears not currently enjoying one of the luckiest seasons in the history of the National Football League?
It's absolutely insane.
Turnover margin.
It's absolutely insane.
Plus 22. Wins while trailing in the final 2 minutes of a game. They set the NFL record for that with 6. Back in November, they set the NFL record for it. Can we say, okay, luckiest makes you feel a certain kind of way. How about this? It's one of the more fortunate seasons we've ever seen in the history of the NFL. Is that a fair way to put it? That's up to you. That's up to you to decide. I gave you the stats and the numbers and the facts behind it.
You guys, like legitimately, you guys have watched this season more than I have. Can you at least give us that a lot of fortuitous bounces went your way? Can you at least give us that you caught teams at the wrong moment? Can you, or the right moment for you? Just give us that. I can't take away from the fact that you won this division, and I won't. Congratulations. But you know where your argument fails? When you start to do that, if this happens or that happens. Well, when that happens, we can have that conversation, okay? I sit here today saying I don't like your chances against pretty much anybody in the playoffs.
Nobody does, Sean. Nobody does. They're an underdog to literally everybody.
What do you want me to say? And you know what? I can't say I'm right either. I can't.
All right, let's do this then. Let's take the break. We'll come back. I'll get the box of Jay Jettis cereal out. We'll have that out here. We'll take a spin around the NFL. I'll tell you what this Lions team has done to me, and I noticed it yesterday. As a matter of fact, I dove into. You know what? Bad night, and I know why the NHL was doing it. Bad night to basically sit Saturday night out, NHL. That's what they did. They sat Saturday late night out. I tapped into Kings Wild. I did do that. You got to be a sicko to watch that game, but I knew it was going to be entertaining, and it was. It was fun. It was fun, Sean. But I have something about that with the NFL when we return. You are watching the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show, brought to you by Sun Cruiser, Ven Johnson Law, Jack's Car Wash, second best in downtown Detroit. Our fine friends at Mad Packs. Who am I missing? Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. And it's the last week of the season. Make it a little extra heavy pour of the Tully today. I would advise that. It's a few.
I got one at home. I have a feeling I'm gonna tap into that about 105.
There you go. All right, everybody. We'll be back with more Woodward Sports Lions pregame show.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face.
New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Detroit Lions are in the playoff push.
Guys, I'm so freaking proud of you, man. That's the way to show up.
And Woodward Sports is your official, unofficial Lions network. Make sure you wake up every day with Wake Up Woodward, followed by Big D Energy, Hermione and Edwards with Mad. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Everybody, Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. Lions and Bears today, 4:25 or 4:50. I don't know, whatever.
Who cares?
My name is Neal Ruhl. That is Sean Baligian. Yeah, young Justin's here in the
tired,
building.
Boss.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I'm tired, boss. I am. But today is the end, everybody. I got my J. Jetta cereal that the Jefferson family sent me from Minnesota. To be fair, they are Lions fans, so they sent it as a joke. But here we are. All right, Woodward Sports Chat. Jump into there. We don't have a lot for you. I don't want them to win. I don't, and I gave you the reasons. And
It's the Bears.
Sorry, Sean.
No,
I need you to be a big boy.
You're not wrong.
I need you to be a big boy. Put your suit on. Okay? I know you don't want to wear the collar. You can leave the top unbuttoned.
Oh, I get so uncomfortable. I really do.
Remember
when I was on TV, I really did. My wife would even say it. My wife was like, "You really look like the uncomfortable kid in church." And I was the uncomfortable kid in church.
My favorite was when you would shave and stuff like that too.
I can't stand it. This is shaving for me. This is like a day and a half growth. I want Justin's beard. That's it. Justin, your beard is elite.
Thank you.
Elite.
The man sitting next to you disagrees, but I appreciate it, Sean.
Really?
No, it's an elite beard, yeah. You have that ability. I do not. I've said that. My beard consists of, it looks like a driving range at a PGA Tour event, and people were hitting wedges off of my beard. That's what it looks like. Dante 151 in the Super Chat. Can you guys do a segment on who's in and who's out as head coaches and coordinators around the league? Because I would like your guys' input. Also FTB. But Dante, not today. Not today. It doesn't help him.
Can both things exist though, Neal? Can both things exist?
Probably not.
Can I say fuck the Bears and also want what's best for the Lions? Is there a world where they both
Not today.
exist?
Not today. Sorry. Hey, It's an adult world sometimes, Sean.
You're right. It's a hard lesson to learn.
Hard lesson to learn, man. Quacksjum in the chat. If Stafford wins a Super Bowl, do they officially lose the trade? No. Again, this is what I was talking about earlier, Sean. Okay, let me put this in your fantasy perspective. Would you trade if you had a fantasy team and you had Matt Stafford, or if you had Matt Stafford and I was going to trade you Jared Goff
in a super flex league,
Sam Laporta,
you got to make it valuable.
Jamison Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs. Would you take that trade?
Yes.
Who would win that trade?
The team with Goff and the 3 weapons around him.
Thank you.
It is. I'll try to say this, and I don't know how anybody could argue this. It is the ultimate example of a win-win trade. But if your goal when you make a trade is to go win a Super Bowl, it's advantage Rams. Period. It is. Until we win a Super Bowl.
But we weren't at the Super Bowl.
100%. 100.
They were there.
But every deal you make is supposed to make you, okay, is this going to be the path to win a Super Bowl? So in that regard, I wouldn't do a do-over. I don't know how there's any living, breathing organism that would do a do-over. I wouldn't do a do-over. But at the end of the day, and perhaps I'm being too black or white, you make deals to say, we want to. I mean, we talk about it all the time with Brad Holmes. Now's the time for him to be bold. Now he has to make that big move. You make those big moves. You make those big moves with one goal in mind, and that's to win a Super Bowl. If I'm a Ram fan, do you know what I say to every single thing that you say? Oh, that's adorable. We won a Super Bowl. Oh, that's really cute. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you guys don't want to do over. You're absolutely right. We won, dare I say, 2 Super Bowls. How do I argue that? I'm sorry, that's advantage Ram, whether we want to admit it or not. Again, I don't want a do-over. I don't want a do-over. But if I'm having a conversation one-on-one with a Ram fan, and he goes, well, that's adorable. You guys won the North a couple times. Oh, you even made it to the NFC Championship.
You had the lead at halftime.
Do it. It would be Viking fan. We won a Super Bowl. And then you sit back and you say, we won 2 Super Bowls with your quarterback that couldn't succeed there. That's a dagger. It is. I mean, it's a dagger. I don't want a do-over, though, Neal. I don't want a do-over. And Lord knows the window's still open. And I believe that. I really, truly believe that.
All right. Sean, I want to tell you what this Lions thing has done to me. And I've had this happen in my life before. So for those of you that don't know, I do play-by-play for college basketball, and I'm the backup play-by-play guy for the Pistons. And I had this happen to me when I started doing play-by-play for Oakland. The first 2 years I was there, we go to the NCAA tournament. You win the conference championship, March Madness, selection shows, all of it. It's fun. It's hype, right? Then you don't go. And then you're like, wow, this kind of sucks. And that's where I am with this year, Sean. And it hasn't happened to me, I don't think, ever. Maybe in like when I was a super little kid in 92, after the 91 run. And then like reality hit and it sucked. But Sean, yesterday in this Lions thing, like when we show up here and we're like, hey, I'm going to be a pro and show up because I like money and this is how I make my money. But at the same time, Sean, like, we don't want to have this discussion. You don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Lions fans don't want to be here. Sean, it has ruined. Here's how I know things are different, though. It has ruined the experience for me. I did not watch games yesterday with the same intent. I did out of respect to the show, the fact that I have to do a football show today. Is Baker Mayfield good again now, by the way?
I think we're still trying to figure that one out.
Can we have that conversation later? Let's put a circle around that, too. Like,
Bear
Bear fan, we'll double back to that. Just for you, Bear fan. Is that cool?
We'll get back to that. But, Sean, like, I don't care. Like, the whole with and or thing that we do that I love so dearly, it just doesn't hit the same when you're not in it. It just doesn't. It's crazy to me, man. It's absolutely crazy.
You know, Neal, it's funny you say that because you know, you and I are old enough to remember this, and we were guilty of, the same thing that we bash Bear fans on. We had no choice but to live in the past. And the funniest thing that I remember about that year, Neal, do you remember the rallying cry for a couple of years was "Restore the Roar"?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I still have my hat.
Okay, and then after 91, do you remember what happened in 92? They just had a hat that said "Restored."
Yes.
Restored. We're back. And then immediately we went 5-11, right? And like you remembered who and what you are and everything. But part of that was we had to vanquish the dragon. And I know I've told you this, beating the Bears on Thanksgiving Day to me and beating them the way we did, because they came in as the bully. They hit us hard. We took the hit, shook our head a little bit, and then we hit them harder. I love that game. It makes me so. In my mind, I created that as the ceremonial passing of the torch. And, of course, being Lions, we never backed it up, and the rest of it and everything. But I think we're apt to do that, to become, prisoner of the moment and everything. And I think we are all guilty of that. And that doesn't mean that there weren't good times coming up, but we never had any playoff success after that. And in the back of my mind, I would be lying if I didn't say to you that, yes, that has crept into my mind a little bit. That 2023 was like 1991. Mm-hmm. We made it to the championship game. Broke my heart. We made it to the championship game. But onward and upward from there. Don't you worry. Onward and upward from there. Well, in 92, we missed the playoffs. 93, we got beat in the first round. This was the reverse order. The next year, we get beat in the first round at home, just like 93, and now we don't make the playoffs. Has that crept into my head a little bit? I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. That guy, Matt, let's just be honest with the Vikings. It's not the team, the city. It's that damn horn that annoys us all, LOL. When their fans talk crap, it's just funny or cute.
I never had, Neal, you and I talked about this so much last year. The Vikings were just always there. I never had an issue with Viking fans. The mouths last year were unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really was. It was really weird. And I'm in the minority because I know my son, Justin, his generation, everybody hates the Packers. For me, it was the Bears. I don't hate the Packers. I don't like them, but I don't hate the Packers. My hatred is reserved for the Bears. In the Vikings last year, it was kind of funny how they were just, I'm not even trying to be dismissive. They were just there. They were the Vikings. If anything, Neal, I kind of felt sorry for them. That out of the first 11 Super Bowls, they went to 4 of them and lost disgustingly. Didn't just lose, but lost disgustingly. So I kind of felt empathy for them, and now that's all gone.
That guy, Matt, in the Super Chat. Michigan basketball, Pistons, Wings, even Grand Rapids, Griffins, sports in the city are doing good regardless and usual, unlike Chicago. That is true. That is, sports-wise, it's a bum city, dude. It is.
It is.
It's a bum city.
We need to mix in a championship, though. We do.
We're due, yeah.
Yeah, we need to mix in a championship.
I would agree.
We do.
Yeah, we are due, no doubt. Woodward Sports Chat. Art Vandelay. I'm not into conspiracy theories, but I think Ben Johnson knew we were losing Zeitler and Ragnow and made the jump in free agency before the Lions could. Remember how fast he left after that Washington loss. Art Vandelay, that's the way business works, dude. That's the way that's the way it has worked. That's the way it works. That's the way it will always work in this league. Look at college football. They don't even wait for the games to be over anymore. You just go like right in the middle of the season you roll out. Jester Crew, alternate. Maybe this is the Lions version of the 95-96 Red Wings. But no, Sean, it's just like
I disagree. That was still a team that won 62 games, and for all you can, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. They won 62 games. They lost in the conference finals. And then next year, if you remember, Neal, they had a very pedestrian regular season and got hot in the playoff. Like, it's not like the Red Wings weren't without playoff success. You know, I mean, they had won 5 series in the previous 2 years. You know what I mean? As devastating as that last loss was to the Avs, there are more questions about this team right now than I think there were about the Red Wings.
Can I do one?
If I'm being fair,
can I do one with Andor? Just to do one.
What do you think? I'm going to say no.
Yeah, the Jaguars. They can be anywhere from the number 1 seed to the 7 seed. The Jaguars will clinch the number 1 seed and a bye with a win and a Chargers win and a Patriots loss. They'll be the number 2 seed with a win and a Chargers win and a Patriots win, or a win and a Broncos win plus a Patriots loss. They'll be the number 3 seed with a win and a Broncos win and a Patriots win, or a loss plus a Texans loss. They'll be the number 7 seed with a loss and a Texas win.
And that's my squad. Come on.
Yeah, that's the most Jaguars way ever to be in the playoffs. Ever.
Can I ask you a question? And I am not trolling you when I ask this question. All right?
Okay.
No, you know me. I'm not trolling you.
Yes.
Has your opinion on Trevor Lawrence at age 26 changed?
No.
Okay.
It's my guy.
Mine has deviated
still
a little,
believe.
I'm not going to lie. Like leveling it out a little bit more. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I don't think that he is, here's that word, elite. I think he might be better than I thought he was.
He's a good
Does that make
starter.
sense?
Sure. He's like a Dylan Larkin. Is he a Dylan Larkin type quarterback?
Dylan Larkin's better. But yes.
Of course he is. I love when he gets that slapdick look on his face. It's so much fun.
Hey.
You know what,
At least
Neal?
Dylan Larkin
honestly,
could make the U.S. Olympic team, unlike Cole Caulfield.
I thought, honestly, I'm not joking, I thought that this was a guy that the Jags were going to have conversations about getting a new quarterback in the next couple of years. And I really did. I honestly, okay, this didn't work. We're going to have to move on. I don't know if they have to now. Does that make sense?
It makes sense in today's age in the NFL. Because what's the alternative? For real, what's the alternative?
No, I get it.
And again, you go through that. They do have the chance to be the 1 seed. I'll say that you want to know you want to know where I'm at with it, man. And we see it with the 49ers. And let's bring yesterday into the equation. All right? And you see this with the Jaguars. You guys are going to hate this. And you're going to say, "Oh, you're sitting here crying about it," and stuff like that. This league is also a schedule league. It is built that way. You cannot deny its impact.
Nope.
You cannot deny its impact.
Nope.
And Sean, like, for next year, I would say even and above. I would take the 17th pick over the 12th pick if you gave me that 4th place schedule next year. 100% I would. If we had to barter, for beaver pelt and myrrh.
Like if we had to have both, though.
I do love myrrh.
Yeah. If we had to barter, all right? For animal skins and oats.
Pellets.
I would. No, but Sean, it is a schedule league. Are the 49ers good?
You knew they'd take a step back up in the right direction. I didn't think that they'd take a step up that much.
But are they good?
And
Sean?
up until last night, I thought they were good. That was awful last night. It really was. That was awful last night. So if your goal is to go win a Super Bowl, I would say the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears fail miserably in that. But so do the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay's not winning a Super Bowl. You might say it's more circumstantial with Green Bay at this point in time because of the injury. But no, to your point, if I'm being honest, no. They're not going to go win a Super Bowl.
And to be real, like, again, applying the Lions thing to it, look at who they're missing. At every level, they're missing a Pro Bowl.
It's incredible. It really is.
But yet, with that schedule, here they are.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair? Like, that's fair to say.
It comes back to what the NFL sells hope. They sell hope with the way it's configured. They sell hope with the way that, let's add the extra wild card team. Neal, the reality is, here we were earlier in the show talking about we gave up the ghost at various points in November. We just gave up the ghost at various points in November. The reality is it took another month for them to be officially eliminated. Like that's the National Football
That's
League
the National
today,
Football
man.
League,
It
man.
is selling hope.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Larry Buss, tell the people the Lions are closer to a Super Bowl next year than the Bears are this year.
How do I answer that question? Because there's
Use
a lot
your
of work.
crystal ball and know what's going to happen in the offseason.
Well, there's
Sean.
a lot of work that has to be done with the Lions if we're talking about a Super Bowl. If we're talking about a Super Bowl.
And there's some work that needs to be done with the Bears.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done with the Bears. Look, you guys have watched every game. You know you're living right. Stop it. Stop. I give you all the credit in the world. Congratulations, you won the North. I'm so serious when I say this. If you want to be an adult a lot of things have gone your way this year, guys. Come on, let's be honest and adult for just 1 second. I'm not trolling you. I'm not taking anything away from you. Just give me, you're on a run of some pretty good luck at the craps table, okay? Just give me that. That's all I ask, all right? Neal, when you talk about the Super Bowl, though, that's a good question. I am hoping that the Lions do the right thing, and you know how I feel about hope.
It's not a strategy. Yeah.
It's not a strategy. It isn't.
And I don't think that they are at hope, Sean. Somebody in the chat, and the message went through, so my apologies to you, but you know who you were that said it. The Lions have two of the top players in the NFL at a skill position. Gibbs, St. Brown. Are they top 5?
Yes.
Is Penei Sewell top 5?
Yes.
Like, you see what I'm driving at here, man? Like, that's what I'm driving at. And, like, yeah, again, going back to it, this is why there's no time, though. And I don't want to drive it back to that, but what do you want me to do? You want to break down the Bears and Lions depth chart today? No, I'm not here for that, man. I'm not. This is more reflection.
And I think now is the time. Let's for just a second talk about what we need. Our entire defensive backfield is a question mark right now. It is.
It just is. Yeah.
Our entire defensive backfield is a question mark.
And I'm a Terrion Arnold guy more than most.
I tend to agree with that.
But ask the question.
You're coming off an injury. You're coming off another injury with an Achilles that who knows when he'll even be back. Let's be perfectly honest about the knee, okay? What is going on with the knee? I don't know. I have no idea with Kirby. I don't know. I don't. Neither do you. They don't know. I don't know, okay? Our defensive line needs to be better. We're going to lose, in all reality, we're going to lose a pretty darn good linebacker in Anzalone. And our offensive line, again, real talk, let's be honest, our offensive line that already has questions, we have to have the same debate amongst ourselves that we did last year. How close to the end is Taylor Decker and how close to the end is Graham Glasgow?
Could be any minute.
Those are real conversations that we have to have. So therefore, I can't answer that question right now. I'm sorry. I can't. Can you here, let's put a circle around a date. You ready? Early September next year. Come back, put it in your calendar, come back, maybe week 1 of the season, talk to Neal and I. When I get a better gauge of what this roster looks like. I like what we have. It's a good nucleus, but there's a lot of work to be done. All right? How's that? That's all I can give you right now because there are a lot of questions and questions that we don't like to ask, questions that we don't like to think about, but you have no choice but to think about.
And that's it, man. Like 100%. That's where it is.
I'd love to answer your question. I'd love to go full slapdick on you and go, no, Bears suck. Lions got a better chance. I can't do that. You know what I know? I know the Bears aren't close to winning a Super Bowl. And you know what? I can sit here today on January 4th and say the Lions aren't close to winning a Super Bowl either. It's reality. That's where we're at.
Bang. Like to quote Terry Foster.
I can't believe we're doing this right now.
But we are doing it, Sean. Woodward Sports chat thread. Gammo the Legend. The difference between first place and fourth place is 3 games. And Gammo, that's my point about the schedule thing. So essentially you get 3 different games on your schedule, depending on where you finish. Last year, the Lions got to play, or this season, the Lions got to play the Chiefs, The Bears got to play the Raiders. That was one of the different games. The Lions had to play. What was the other one that was a difference? The Lions had to play. Shoot, where was it? Because I just had it. I lost it. My apologies. The Lions had to play Tampa. Mm-hmm. The Bears got the Saints back in the beginning of the season. So that was another one that. Can we admit that those are two different games to have to play?
Even as flawed as Tampa is. Yes.
Even as flawed as Tampa is?
Yes.
Tampa was 6-1 at that time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we were a Baker Mayfield away from the Super Bowl at that time. Remember that?
Yes.
That was a fun discussion that was had. That kind of backs up the point that the texter had. That's how fine the line is in this division.
Oh, it is.
I would rather have that skewed in my favor. Is that loser shit? I don't know. It's just the rules of the game, dude.
It didn't affect us last year, even with all the injury. I mean, it didn't. Guys, if we're being honest, we had no business winning that division last year with all the injuries that we had. We had no business going 15-2 last year. We didn't. That's like a modern miracle. And Neal, oh, by the way, we did have the first place schedule last year too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and we were at the Rams and they were at the 49ers.
It's kind of yeah. Oh boy, yeah. And this year, you know what? Water found its level. We weren't good enough. I mean, not wrong. I still don't believe the window's shut or any of that dumb shit. Not when, as you said, Neal, that you have the nucleus. And by the way, I will throw Hutch out there. I'm very glad that Hutch is here. I hope that Hutch finds another level. I hope that Hutch is helped to find that another level by that which is on his line as well. That can free some things up for him. But as I sit here today, there are too many holes. There are. That is not hope and fear. That is reality. There are too many holes as I sit here today on January 4th.
Your favorite uncle. We got the Rams. They got the Cardinals. My bad. I misspoke on that one. They got the Cardinals, and we got the Rams. That's what it is. And I love this, too. Josh Wellman. Tampa finished with a losing record. Look, Jim Price used to say it. It is not who you play as much as it is when you play them.
Mm-hmm.
I will also take that into account. When did you play these teams? Buccaneers were 6-1. We broke them.
Legit.
They won 2 games since then.
Legit.
We broke them.
That's real. And boy, was that game ugly. Oy, oy, oy.
Yes, it was.
Jeez.
It's a schedule game. Everybody, I know that you want to go back and look at it from 30,000 foot and say, well, Tampa was a losing team. They were 6-1 when we played them. So, that's what it is.
And they still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? That's the same thing. Like, we have to own this. Guys, when we beat the Bears by 31, we were a different team and they were a different team. And you know what they did this year? To their credit, the Bears went like this. And you know what we did? We stood right there. We did. And how many times did we talk about it, Neal? Like, okay, 4 weeks in a row. All right, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. When you're 2 months deep in that, you are what your record indicates.
Correct.
When you do 2 months straight of lose, win, lose, that's what you are. And that's what we were this year. So to the surprise of nobody, we're sitting at 8-8 right now. Like, honestly, I mean, we shouldn't be surprised at that because that's basically, I mean, shit, it's 2.5 months of that. And oh, by the way, we mixed in 2 losses in a row as well. So, I mean, what do you want me to say? That's reality.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jim Croce in the chat. Neal Throat Goat Ruhl now pretending he saw this coming, even though he was a total slappy until last week. No, we had that discussion. That's, you know what's funny about that though, Jim? When your mom calls me, that's what pops up on the phone. Throat goat. That's pretty funny that you would say that, and your mom's number is in my phone as the same. That's pretty ironic. But anyway, I digress.
I got killed for it, Neal. I'm sorry. I did. I got killed for it. I threw up my flag after Thanksgiving. I did. And when we were down at second best, I said, sorry, guys. Now, Jim, if you want to call me a throat goat too, while I gave up aspirations for winning a Super Bowl, I thought we'd make the playoffs still. I did. I thought we'd creep into the playoff, kind of like the Packers are creeping in the playoff. I figured we would find a way, and obviously it didn't happen. But I can say this definitively. I know Neal was in the same boat as me. You didn't want to say it, but you knew. You knew. It was, if your goal was to win a Super Bowl, by the time, again, Thanksgiving was it for me. That's when the Packers literally stomped that out of me. We aren't a Super Bowl team.
Big Cat. That's funny. His mom's dead. I love that. I know. I went to the funeral. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? But yeah. All right. NFL stuff, Sean. What do you see?
I like this Texans team. I'm going to keep saying it. I jumped on them a couple months ago now. I like this Texans team. I would not want to play the Houston Texans right now. They are, do you know what they are, Neal, to me? I mean, not on the offensive side of the ball. They're the embodiment of what we thought ourselves to be. They're going to punish you. That defense is going to get after you. Spenny said something in the chat last week that like, could you imagine a Philadelphia Houston Texans Super Bowl? There would be bodies scattered all over the field. There legitimately would. I like the Texans. I know, Neal, in this league, I'm not supposed to give 11.5 points. I think it's at 11.5 points. But Riley Leonard is getting the start for the Colts.
Yes.
I think they're going to punish him. I think there's going to be
awful.
bad things that happen to him. I really do.
You want to know the story for them? The Texans would be the number 3 seed with a win and a Jaguars loss. The Jaguars are playing the Titans, by the way. That would make them the 3 seed, and they would win the division. They'll be the 5 seed with a win and a Jaguars win, or a loss plus a Bills loss and a Chargers loss. They'll be the number 6 seed with a loss and a Bills loss and a Chargers win, or a loss and a Bills win and a Chargers loss. So, and they would be the number 7 seed if they lose, the Bills win and the Chargers win.
Would you want to play that team come playoff time, man? That would be
I
the
think
one
they're gonna
game
go to the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't.
You know
want,
who really doesn't want to play them at some point?
Who?
I bet Buffalo.
Well, Neal.
He'll just run away.
He'll run away.
He'll run away. I bet Buffalo was praying to play the Patriots.
Oh,
Praying on it.
100%.
Yeah, I bet they are.
100%. No doubt.
Speaking of that, like, it's time for Josh Allen, right? Like,
It's got to be. It's now or never. This is made for him.
I'm not saying now or never, but I understand your point. I do. I understand. Hey, listen, how many times have we said this in the last 5 years? Neal, if I came back, if I came back to 2021, young Justin's, probably still in middle school, but I came back and said, hey, guys, I just got back. It's 2026.
Dylan Larkin's a 1 seed. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah!
Go ahead.
Now, guys, I need to tell you something. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen have not won a Super Bowl. Not only have they not won a Super Bowl, they haven't even made an appearance.
Get out of here.
Right?
Jared Goff's made it to a Super Bowl, Sean. I don't believe you.
And Jared Goff died.
Sean, in 2021, as a freshman in college, I would have told you I believe it because I was a huge hater of Lamar Jackson. I still am because I still don't believe he can win playoff games. So I would have not been that surprised.
Okay, that's fair enough. Although I need to remind, there were legitimately people out there that thought that he couldn't be a quarterback in the National Football League, that he should probably move to free safety or some dumb shit like that. Josh Allen to me, and I love Josh Allen, I've openly admitted it. Josh Allen to me was the one I'd sit back and go, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I would have been
Are you nuts? It's not that easy. And remember Dan after the Frisco game? Remember what Dan said and everybody got mad? Hey, guys, here we are. 2 years later, here we are. We're the embodiment of what he said. Guys, it's not that easy to get back to this point. Maybe it's our shot. Maybe this was our shot, all right? And while I don't believe it, I don't know, ask Josh Allen. Ask Lamar Jackson. They've had to live in a world where Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs ran roughshod. And, oh, by the way, Joe Burrow had that one cute little ear, right? So while I won't go as far to say this is the last shot, this is, Justin, to your point, this might be the best shot, right?
Yeah.
This might be the best shot.
for Buffalo, by the way, guaranteed to play a road game. They can only be the 5 seed, the 6 seed, or the 7 seed. If they were the 4 seed, they would go to the winner of Baltimore-Pittsburgh. Like, you see what I'm saying, Sean? Like, you start talking about that, and you got to go to Pittsburgh. Probably not as much, but you got to go to Baltimore.
It's still not easy, dude. It isn't. I'm sorry.
You got to go to Baltimore, and oh, by the way, the Texans are out there somewhere. And
you don't want anything to do with that.
You see what I mean?
You
like,
don't want anything to
it's
do with
hard to do, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It is. It's just I wonder. Well, if they lose in the playoffs again, which they have because they've never been to a Super Bowl with Josh Allen, does Josh Allen become more of the sympathetic character still? Oh, well, they're not doing anything to help him. Even though I was told when you need everything to be right to win.
You know what? Do you know what I might start comparing it to? The whole John Elway arc. Because people don't. All right, so, Neal, I don't know if I've ever said this to you. My kids fell in love with The Simpsons. Like,
we all did, yeah.
Okay, but it's not really their generation, right? And so we watch old Simpsons from the 1990s. Do you have any idea how many times John Elway and the Denver Broncos were the butt of a joke in the old Simpson things, right? But do people remember that?
No.
Do people remember that John Elway lost multiple Super Bowls and they got hammered in multiple Super Bowls?
I just remember him getting knocked sideways into the end
Right.
zone. Yeah.
He went out winning back-to-back Super Bowls and turned into a helicopter and all that shit. That's the only way you can change that dynamic and that narrative. And so, to answer your question, yeah, I think Josh Allen is going into that pre-Super Bowl win John Elway territory or Dan Marino territory, which I will go to my grave saying Dan Marino is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. But what does everybody say about Dan Marino? He never won a Super Bowl. He went to one and got hammered. Like that's going to be on his gravestone.
100%.
Not he's one of the best quarterbacks.
It's like the Barkley thing, Charles
Right.
Barkley thing. That's your identity.
Dan Marino, I've never seen a release from anybody like Dan Marino. It was disgusting. It was like a Joe Sakic shot, Justin, when you're talking about release. Okay? This guy, there's nothing that I can compare to. And nobody thinks of, when you hear conversations about great quarterbacks today, it's dudes our age that bring up Dan Marino. Nobody's going to bring up Dan Marino because he doesn't have the hardware. I think it's bullshit. He was a phenomenal quarterback. But Shula and the Dolphins didn't do a good enough job of putting shit around him.
And especially now in the ring culture that we're in.
100%.
You know, that's taken a shift.
Yep.
Like guys like Marino, Barkley, stuff like that. Their greatness is diminished. It just is.
Sad. Really is.
Because that's the way it's
the
laid
85 Bears remember Dan Marino. I had to throw that shot in. I just had to throw that shot in.
What else I had one other thing for you. People realize like the Rams are going to be playing on the road too, right?
Yep.
So for like the auto Ram Super Bowl people that are out there, and there are a lot of them, what's your take? Because we're not doing the show anymore.
I don't know how. Especially that team. Like think about them. Think about them going to Chicago. Do I think they'd beat Chicago? I
Yes.
do.
100%, yeah.
I do think they'd.
Do you
beat
think they would beat Philadelphia if they end up going there?
No.
So they'd be one and done, possibly?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they got hooked up because the 49ers lost. Because I believe the Rams will go past them if they win. So they would get into the 5, so they would get to play Tampa or Carolina.
And what a gift that would be, right?
Yes, 100%.
What a gift.
What's your take on the play? Oh, what do you got, Justin? Did you have something?
I think the Rams are going to go to the Super Bowl. I do think they will beat the Eagles if they play them. They're just built so well and they're so well rounded, and when the game's on the line, I'll take Stafford over Hurts. I think it's going to be a Rams-Texans Super Bowl.
But didn't we see that last year? And he had the ball in his hand at Philadelphia.
Yeah, I don't think this defense is as good as it was last year.
Okay. What was the addition that put it over the top
for the Rams?
Yeah.
Puka Nacua becoming an absolute...
No, you said the defense.
No, I was talking about the Eagles' defense. I don't think the Eagles' defense is as good as it was last year.
I don't know. Ask Josh Allen if they're any good.
He thinks they're pretty good.
He does. He absolutely does.
Can you guys stop being mean for me, saying that I wish that our general manager was like Howie Roseman? Can we please stop that? Please, I'm begging you. I'm being really nice. And it's the same thing, okay?
I mean, I'm not asking him to be Howie Roseman. I'm just asking him to be
as
make
aggressive.
Trades.
Do you know what he does? Do you know what Howie Roseman says? I'll worry about it next year. That's what he says. And I'm sorry, I want that guy. I want to go for the jugular guy.
I do too.
I think, and I hope that you gathered this from the conversation we had in the opening hour of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That fundamental has to be brought into the equation.
100%.
We're out of time.
You, dude, I felt that way all year, in fairness. And I got killed, not by you guys, but by a lot of you out there. I like Brad Holmes. Give me Howie Roseman. Sorry.
He's a better GM.
What way do you want me to how do you want Daddy to do you when I say I'd rather have Howie Roseman? You let me know. Do you want me to do it hard? Do you want me to talk about the hardware? Do you want me to do it soft and say, this is a guy that says, I'll worry about it next year? Which way?
Then routinely figures it out year in and year out.
And you know what, Neal, how many times I remember it was like a funeral last year when we lost to Washington. And
Yes.
You and I did that show at Feldman. And the one thing that we said over and over and over, and then again a couple weeks later when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, when people figure out it starts in the trenches, their lives will be better.
Yes.
And Howie Roseman has figured out it starts in the trenches. And we got away from that this year. We did. We got no. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
No, we'll trade for Isaac Tesla.
We're good. We did. We got away
I
from
mean,
that. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I get your point, Justin.
See,
It
that's
was a-
where I get off the
I
highway
don't
was a
of
mind
luxury
that.
pick.
of
It was
a
a
third.
luxury
Okay,
pick.
so a third round pick in next year's draft was going to be the cornerstone that a Super Bowl is won on.
And helping this year.
Is Isaac
it
Tesla
wasn't-
that?
Well, I mean, he did have 5 touchdown catches, right? Like the game's about catching the ball in the end zone, right? Scoring points.
I mean,
That
do you
wouldn't have
not
helped
think-
the team this year, though. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
That wouldn't have helped the
I'm
team
talking about in
this
this offseason. It
Yeah,
would be nice to have a
this
third-round
goes
pick.
back to what Neal said. It's
Or it would have
time.
been nice to trade that third-round pick for Jalen Phillips and then get a compensatory for it.
It's time to act now. Regardless, it is. It's time to act now. It is time to say, all right, we've got to get the puzzle pieces. And
Yes.
we're missing some puzzle pieces. It's okay to say it, guys. It's reality. I'll go down the list again if you want. I don't think you need me to. Our defensive backfield is one giant question mark. Tell me what you feel good about in our defensive backfield right now. Right now.
Can't.
No, literally no
Nothing.
one. Literally no one.
And even the non-negotiables.
Right.
The Kirby.
Right.
The Brandt.
How?
Who was a non-negotiable 3 months ago.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's now that doesn't can Kirby come back? I think so. Can Branch come back? I think so. The when? You know what I mean? That's where can Terrian come back? I think so. I do. A second shoulder surgery doesn't make me feel real good, but okay. That's why I say just put a giant question mark for our entire defensive backfield. And we haven't even got to the lines yet. We haven't gotten to the lines. Yeah, are we going to get better? Is Tyleek going to be better next year? Yeah. Is Rutledge going to be better next year? Yeah. And I'm really excited about him, I might add. I really am. But
Well, they have to be.
they have to be, right? Oh, I don't like it, and I hate the Bears.
Sean, welcome. Now it starts. Being uncomfortable starts. You, Sean, being uncomfortable. It starts. Being uncomfortable. It starts. Brad Holmes being uncomfortable.
1,000%.
It starts.
Yep.
And doing things you aren't fully comfortable with. Dan Campbell being uncomfortable. It starts. Go all the way down the list. All of you out there. There are going to be decisions that have to be made that are very, very uncomfortable. And you might not like, but you have to do it. There is no choice.
Brad is under the microscope. There's no two ways about that. The people that, what's the, I trust in Brad, all that
Brad
stuff.
Bots.
Yes, in Brad I trust, all that. No, there are more questions about Brad right now than we've ever
But I
had.
do. But Sean, I do. But you got to show it.
Yep.
You gotta show it because you have holes in this team, not through your doing. Not through your doing. There are holes in this team now that can only be fixed via free agency. You can't go to a draft and get a center, a guard, possibly a tackle, a cornerback, a safety, a second edge.
Another safety.
Yeah, another safety. Like, no draft in the world can accommodate all that. So guess what then you have to do? Because we are in another year now of Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sewell and Goff and Hutch and all of it. The urgency level changes now. Now. It does. And Sean, like, look, and I'll be vocal about it, like, going forward, the center thing, Sean, the center thing has two outcomes. You said Tate Ratledge in your heart, you believe that he was brought here to be a center.
I do. I really
then
believe
either
it.
He's the center or a free agent is the center. That's it.
Yep.
Those are the only two outcomes. And Sean, which one makes you more comfortable?
Lindenbaum at $24 million.
Yes. It does.
Now,
yes.
for the Lindenbaum crowd, then that's all you get. Like, that's your only move you're making in free agency because it's a $24 million a year center. Right? Right?
Yeah. Which
would probably mean a value at the second edge. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's uncomfortable to you.
I'm down with the value in the second edge because it's a very deep edge class, and I don't think there's a move at edge outside of drafting one on a rookie contract.
And you know what, Justin? I agree with that in a certain regard. And remember, consider the source, please. I'm one of those people when we talk about rookies. When you get to the 10th week of the year, you're not a rookie anymore. I firmly believe that.
Kind of are what you are.
Yeah, that's what you are. You know, you're not exactly a rookie anymore. I'm old school Bill Parcells. I don't like putting rookies in positions of prominence because they do dumb rookie things. But when you get to later in the year, which is where this franchise is at, I don't care about the regular season anymore. I can't stress that enough. I don't give two shits about the regular season anymore. It's what you do in January and February. Yep. And if I draft Neal Ruhl in the 3rd round out of Tuscaloosa State, and Neal Ruhl can fuck around all he wants in the first 10 weeks of the season. If Neal Ruhl is a contributing part of my defensive rotation, that's all that matters to me the 2nd week of January. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And for that moment, what you said, all right, second edge is draft stuff. So you want to draft a guy like Shamar Stewart, right?
Do you mean like that has contract disputes, or do you mean like the player?
The player.
Oh, this edge class is deeper than last year's.
No, you want a player like that, though, right? Heralded edge. Everybody wanted him, remember?
Yeah.
There's an upside.
Yep.
He's got 1 sack.
Intangibles.
I like Nick Scourton better. He has 5 sacks and is playing well in the run game. Contributor to Carolina being a perennial playoff team. But I think the edge class is better.
Okay, man. But you see what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable. That's the moral of the story. It's uncomfortable. It's got to hit.
I need more. Honestly, I'm not even worried about the sack numbers from this rookie. I want them to be able to play the run game. There's so many times where we failed to contain on outside zones, and obviously the jet sweep that we gave up to Addison. Like, I need someone who I can rely on to play all the downs and can eat downs.
I tend to agree with that. I don't give too much about the sacks. I just want them to get home. I want them to make quarterbacks' lives more difficult. How many times did we watch a game where right?
Yes.
Like the Thanksgiving Day game.
Because I felt like they were never going to get a stop, ever.
The Thanksgiving Day game. Jordan Love had eternity. You know, Han, I'm going to make the stuffing, okay? Don't worry, I got this. Aren't you playing a football game? I don't need. I'm going to make the stuffing while I go back to pass because they're not getting home, right? And that, again, you guys, because it's Hutch, nobody wanted to admit that all year long. Nobody wanted to admit it. It was hit or miss, and you need to get constant pressure on the quarterback. And our defensive line did not do that.
Woodward Sports chat, jump into their super chat. Rando Smalls, Dan Fouts up there with Marino in my book. Michael Daniel.
Pretty damn good.
Michael Daniel, Neal, do you have a family life? You always seem to be working. I try to when I can, my friend. By the way, Oakland basketball today at 3 o'clock if you on ESPN Plus. So I'll be there doing that as well. Let me see. Control Ops. Remember the year they lost the NFC Championship game? Man, a real coach would have quit that high school bull crap and sealed the game. I know. And, called a play that worked, and the receiver was open on 4th down with 4 minutes to go in the game and make the catch, and that's it. It would have been over.
There was also multiple other opportunities.
Who is
for them to make plays.
where's he? Who is he a fan of a particular team? Because
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anakin Skywalker. Brad is not a clown. I hope that that's not what people.
I hope you guys aren't getting that from us.
Yeah. No, I don't think he is. He's just kind of looking at right here. Combat Legs. Lions GM is a clown.
Oh, okay.
Combat's been on one today.
If your goal is to win the Super Bowl, and we are in that rarefied air, if you want to say he hasn't done enough, I'm 100% with you.
You know how I know?
They have won a Super Bowl. And I'm going to be drinking copious amounts of whiskey this afternoon to just get me to 425. Just to give me – that doesn't even count what I'm going to do once 425 starts.
Anakin Skywalker, are we seriously glossing over this game? Yes, Anakin.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Because the only thing that is a good outcome is for the Lions to not win this game today. It's the only thing. It's the best outcome.
It does nothing for us if they win the game.
Correct.
And I hate the Bears more than anything. It's for selfish reasons that I want them to win this game. Because I hate the Bears. And then you know what a Bear fan can do to me? Oh, isn't that adorable? You beat us twice. Hey, enjoy our game at home next week. There comes a time you have to shut up. I have to shut up right now. I hate it, but I have to shut up.
Correct. Slim Bo Boogie. Caleb, 280-plus pass yards today is 2-1. Probably because they haven't had a 4,000-yard passer ever. Ever.
Probably because I'm jumping on a plane and starting at safety. I don't know if you guys knew that. Breaking news, I'm heading out. I'm jumping on a plane. I'm landing at Midway, and I'm going straight to Soldier Field. So I'm starting at safety.
So there you go. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you to everybody all season long, though.
Really?
Sadly, this is it. A big thank you to the people out at Second Best. They were elite, as they always are. If you're going downtown for a game, concert, whatever, that is the move. Big thank you to Sun Cruiser. They were elite. Some of their higher-ups were out at Second Best a couple games ago when we were down there. Great to meet all of them. Love the product. I mean, we're not sitting here BSing you.
Drink it every week.
Like
legit. You guys watch it. You watch a show. We're drinking it every week.
Yeah, absolutely. He has some at home.
I sure do. I could take a picture and show you.
I had some stashed in my car.
Some in the car.
He did, legitimately.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always smart to drive around with, some booze in your car. And young Justin, he absolutely, that's what he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Mad Packs, the good folks at Ben Johnson Law, all season long. You guys are the goats, and mainly hundreds of thousands of you watch this show at some point this season. It wasn't what we wanted it to be. It sucked, quite frankly. But in the end, man,
we got through it.
Godspeed to you on the watch party today.
Good luck with that, dude.
I'm just going to take everything in me to just be calm.
Think happy thoughts.
Think about the Red Wings.
Yeah, there you go. Think about Mo Cider. How's that? That'll make you happy.
Let's leave on this one here. Art Vandelay. Thank you, gentlemen. Happy New Year. And fuck the Bears. Thank you, guys. Again, we appreciate it. Talk to you tomorrow, 8 a.m., Sean Baligian Show with Maz. I'll be on from 10 to noon on Big D Energy. For Sean Baligian, for Young Justin,